Here we have a 1987 Fender Squier Stratocaster, made in Japan. What we're going to be doing today is repairing the threads of the System 1 Tremelo. So here's the close-up of the System 1 Tremelo. The problem they have is that after a while the threads will strip out in the bridge, and these fine adjusters, fine tuning adjusters, will get loose and eventually just pop out. That's what happened to this one here. In a pinch, I wrapped the threads of the fine tuners with 3 or 4 wraps of Teflon tape, and it held it in okay, but the threads will continue to loosen up, and the repair just needs to be done. So that's what we're going to do. I bought this kit through eBay. I'll include a link in the description of where to get this kit if you need to do a similar repair. So this V-Coil kit, which is essentially a helicoil set, comes with a 3.2 millimeter drill, a 3 millimeter by 0.5 millimeter tap, and it comes with a bunch of inserts and the special tools to install the inserts. So we're going to drill out the bad threads, we're going to install inserts, and it will allow us to use the original fine tuners. So we'll disassemble and get it ready to drill through, and we'll be back in a minute. So here's the bridge. We've taken all the components off, and we're going to be repairing all of these threads. So I went through one here already. You can see here on the G string. Put the drill in and tapped it, installed the insert with the tool, and fit the fine tuner. So here we're going to do another one. There's not much difference between the drill and the thread size. So, and you can see it goes through like butter. So that's the deal. You drill a hole, you take the tap that they give you. I am using a tap handle here from my tap and die set. I think you could probably pick one up at Harbor Freight for cheap. Or you could probably get by with a small crescent wrench, but you need to be very careful that when you start the tap, you get it going in straight. You'll need to apply a little downward pressure to get it started. Cut the new threads into the bridge for the insert. Okay, that feels good. I ran the tap all the way through to make sure we chase the threads all the way through. So we'll take this insert and we'll put it on the end of the special tool. The insert itself has a small tang on the bottom that's used to locate onto the end of this tool. You can see the slot there. So there you go. The tang line up on the slot. It's pretty self-explanatory. Now, first you're going to slide this collar down just over the edge of the insert. You can lock it down there with a screwdriver. Just set it in there and just start working it into the hole, a little bit at a time. You should install it just below the surface. And go easy with it. It's easy to put one in a little too far, like I did, and then I had to replace it right away with another one. When I tried to back it out with the tool, it stretched the thread, distorted the thread a little bit. So be careful that doesn't happen to you. They give you several inserts in the kit, 17 I think. Why that number I have no idea, but it gave me a little wiggle room. So after you put the insert in, you use this other tool, and it's just a round stock of metal here. It doesn't have a slot or anything. So put it in the hole, and you feel the end of the tang, and just give a little push, and you can hear the tang snap off. So we did that. It's all cleaned up. We're going to see how easy this fine tuner is to slide in here. And it looks good. Whoops. Goes in and out nice and tight, and I'm sure there's going to be a little more tension on it once we get it all strung up. So let's just go and zip through the rest of these. Okay. So all the inserts are in. They all went in pretty easy, except that one on the B string, a little problem, a little low, I think, but we'll see. I can have any problems with it, I can replace it. I also thought about putting maybe a dab of Loctite on these threads here. Not sure that they're going to eventually back out or, hope that they seat themselves well. But if I have a problem, then I'll think about putting a little dab of Loctite on there. Everything looks good, though. And I'd like to make a point, though, about a week or so before I started this project, I had to order some new components for the Tremelo Arm itself. And you can see it here when I have it out. Here's the collar on the top. You have the outer sleeve here, which threads over the inner sleeve. And there is a circlip that holds a little ball bearing. It's a tension ball. So if your arm looks like this, with the kind of a detent cut in the bottom, then it'll work fine. The one that I replaced was actually threaded, and I thought that was kind of strange. Somebody must have done a repair at some point somewhere. So anyhow, this system works really well. The arm goes in real well, slides in, it hits the check ball, and just kind of snaps into place. Stays secure, stationary, doesn't slide around, doesn't fall down. Also underneath this collar, they have a couple of what they call tension sleeves, which are really a couple of slightly flat-sided O-rings that help to keep tension, keep the arm from moving around. Really good quality stuff. So thanks to whammyparts.com for supplying me with all that stuff. Nice to be able to find parts for something this old still. Okay, so this is all done now. We'll take it off the jig. We'll put all the components back together, restring it, and see how it's going to work. Okay, so there you have it. I suppose the threads in the bridge have been failing for a while, because I'm really pretty amazed how delicate the fine tuners are now. It is a pretty fine adjustment. I replaced the 5-way switch while I had this thing apart, so we're going to plug it back in now and check it out, readjust the tuning and stuff, and wrap this project up. Pretty sensitive tuners, fine tuners. Yeah, I gotta give the strings a good hammering to get them stretched out, and make a few adjustments. But altogether, project came out pretty well. Not really difficult, just time consuming, and pretty happy with it though. Seems to play great, just like always. And boy, 1987 Squier Strat. Made in Japan. It's a beauty. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Like it if you will, and hit the subscribe button. We'll see what we can come up with next.